This is an intermediate class, a little bit faster than normal. One we kind of sometimes do on a Saturday. So do what you can. Look out for the modifications if you need it, and just try and have a little bit of fun on this one. Okay, so start off with the feet together. We're going to separate the heels, separate the toes, hands on our hips, a nice big movement of the pelvis. So we're just getting the lower back warmed up with a little bit of a tilt in the pelvis. So tilting forward, tilting back. And then we're going to find somewhere between the two moves where the pelvis sits nice and level. So level up your pelvis, relax your arms down by your sides, stand up nice and tall, so lengthen out a little bit more through the neck, through the head. We're holding our tummy muscles in about 50–60%. That's what we try and do throughout all the exercises. So we're going to start off by lifting our shoulders up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then dropping them down the back. So lift, squeeze, and lower, lift, squeeze, lower. That's it. And think about squeezing those shoulder blades together down into the back. Get those shoulders moving. And you can go a little bit wider. So get the arms moving out. Pushing out, squeezing together. Last two. Last one. And lower. From here, we're going to come up onto the toes and back down. Gently does it to start. So lift and lower. Right onto those toes. Try and keep your heels in a straight position as you lift up. And then we're going to add the arms on the next one. So stretch up. So right on the toes and reach up nice and high. We've still got our tummy held in. Helps us keep a little bit of control over everything as we reach up to the ceiling. Stretch up. Last two. And last one. And lower. Okay, two arms are going to go out in front of us. And we're going to pull one arm back. So it's like you're pulling on a bow and arrow, but I want you to try and keep your chest facing forward as you do this, so that we get lots of movement in the shoulder. So just gently pulling back, forward, back, and forward. Nearly think about punching forward. And then on the next one, you're going to pull all the way back. So this time, instead of coming to here, you're going to come all the way back, rotate through the body, and push back up. Same on the other side. Rotate. Rotate. So it gets a nice little twist going on through the back, warming that up, right up. Rotate. Rotate. One more each side. And because this is a little bit more difficult than normal class, we're going to go our arms open out wide. We're going to add some little arm rotations here. So just get your arms moving, get those shoulders working, and then we're going to switch directions. Three, two, one. Then we're going to turn the palms up, knuckles or fists, make a fist, and you're going to bring the arms in and out. So keep them arms high. That's my elbow clicking, in case you're wondering. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend up these arms now. We're going to squeeze those elbows together and the hands together. And from here, you've got to keep your elbows together, and we're pulsing it nice and quick. So the arms are going up in a little quick motion. Just working through the tops of the arms and the shoulders. Keep those elbows together, squeeze them. 3, 2, 1, and release it. Oh, should kind of feel it here a little bit, just in the tops of the arms there. Okay, next bit of warm-up is we're going to keep the feet together, or hip width apart anyway, and we're going to do a little squat. So you're going to push the bum back as if you're sitting into a chair, and then come back up. So bend through the knees, push up through the legs, warm up those hips. So up nice and tall, and drive yourself up. And you can go as high or as low as you want to go here. So you can make it a little small move, or you can go a little bit further down, entirely up to you. Whatever your knees will let you do, really. Last two. Last one. And we come back up. Okay, stand at the back of your mat. We're going to get our chin down on our chest. A little bit of a roll down just to stretch out the back. So chin down, and you're slowly going to come down towards your feet. And then we roll it back up. So keep the arms nice and heavy. Make sure you have a bit of softness in those knees. Up nice and tall. Head is the last thing to come up. And then we go down again. Chin down. Reach for the feet. And then roll it back up. Nice and tall. And down again. We're trying to stretch through the back. Slowly back up. And then on the next one, we'll hold it down at the feet. So come down. We're holding it here. We're adding some movements with the arms, so circles, or you can go side to side. Maybe relax a little bit into the pelvis. You're just trying to stretch right through that back, not the backs of the legs. So if you feel that stretch in the back of the legs, you need to bend your knees a bit more. Slowly back up. Nice and tall. Okay, let's head all the way down to the mat now. So you're going to roll yourself down, find the mat. We're coming down onto hands and knees. I'm just going to adjust my camera. So roll down, find the mat, onto your hands and knees. Okay, just make sure your wrists are under the shoulders, knees are underneath those hips. And we're going to do a little bit of work on those, on the glutes. So make sure your back is nice and straight. We've got that tummy held in. We're going to go for one leg, doesn't matter which one. You're going to lift and lower. So let's keep the knee bent. And you're pushing that leg up towards the ceiling. Like you're trying to kick the ceiling. And you're keeping your knee at the same angle. So lift up. Lift. And we're aiming for 12 on each side. So forgive me if I lose count. Last two here. Last one. And lower. Then we're going to switch legs. Same on the other side. Lift and lower. We've still got our tummy held in. Last two. Last one. And lower. Okay, we go back to the other leg. We're going to lift it. This time we're doing a slow pulse. Okay, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower. Same on the other side. So a little pulse here, but not fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower. Okay, back to the legs. We're going to take a dog's leg out to the side. So we go back to the other leg. We're going to take it out to the side and back in. So keep it bent. We'll go this way so you can see. We're taking that leg out. So try and keep the back as straight as you can. And try and lift that leg. And 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower. Same on the other side. Dog's leg out to the side. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower. So from here, we're going to drop down to the elbows, straighten out the other leg, and you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So keep it straight and just lift it right up towards the ceiling, high as you can. Last two. Last one. Bring that knee back in. Okay, same on the other side. Straighten out the leg. Lift, lower to 12. 11, 12, and bring the knee back in. Okay, back to the other leg. This time we're going to pulse it. So lift the leg up and you're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Bring the knee in. Switch sides and lift. Hold it here and pulse it with a straight leg. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Bring the knee in. Okay, back to the box position. And we're going to go back to the other leg. We're going to lift the leg up, keep it bent here. Then you're going to straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Keep your tummy tightened in. Last two. Last one, and lower. Switch the other side. So this is a really good exercise for working through the hamstrings. Last two. Last one, and bring that knee back down. Okay, switch legs. Lift the leg up, and we pulse in this position. So lift, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower. Switch sides. Lift for 12. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Okay, now we go with the straight legs. So switch legs. So it's straight, so you're going to lift and lower. Make sure you tap the floor. Last two. Last one, and bring that knee in. Okay, switch legs. Same here. For 12. Make sure you're tapping the floor. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Okay, bring the leg in. Let's sit back, stretch it out. Okay, all the way down onto your tummy. We're going to do a little bit of swimming, except this time we're just going to go one leg at a time, okay? So rest your head on your hands. You're going to lift one leg and you're going to lower it. So we're going to stick on this leg, just lift and lower the one leg, lift and lower. Last two. Last one, and lower. Switch sides. Make sure you're keeping your legs straight, the hips stay down on the floor. Last two. Last one, and lower. Okay, back to the other leg. This time we lift it, hold it here, and you're pulsing for 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower. Switch sides, lift and pulse it. 10, 11, 12, and lower. Okay, let's sit back and stretch it out. Or we go into a bit of side bend. So stretch your arms out in front of you. Thumb is right back. Make sure you're stretching out that back. Okay, over onto your side. Up onto your elbow. Now you have two options here. You can go with a straight leg placing one foot in front of the other, or you can stay on the bent knees. Okay, so elbows directly underneath your shoulder. So straighten out the legs, or you can stay on the bent knees, hold your tummy in. We're going to lift the hips up, reach for the ceiling, and we're threading through for 12. Ten and 2 more. And on the last one, we're going to hold our arm up, hold it here. We're going to pulse it. Nice little quick moves with the hips. So you can do this on the bent knees. Just little quick moves. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Okay, from here, we go back onto our tummy. Going into a bit of double leg kick. So from this position, you're going to get your 2 hands. Place them behind your back. Lattice those fingers together. So place them in the center of your back. We're going to do 2 kicks first. So we go 1, 2, and then we lift the chest up off the floor, squeeze those shoulder blades together, push the hands down towards the feet, and then drop it back down and bring the hands back to the center of the back. So 1, 2, and lift. 1, 2, and lift. Make sure you're moving your hands up and down the back as you move. Push down, lower, and bring the hands back to the center. 1, 2 with a kick, and lift. And we've 2 more to go. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Last one. And lower. Okay, let's go over to our other side for side bend. So up onto your elbow. You can go with the straight legs, 1 foot in front of the other, or stay on the bent knees. I'm going to do the bent knees this time. Tummy's in, lift those hips up, we're reaching up, we're going through for 12. Reaching right up to the ceiling. Make sure you're nice and long in the neck as well. Last 2. Last one. We're going to reach up, hold it here. Now pulse those hips. Lift, lift, lift. So it's a little pulsy move with the hips moving up and down, but not reaching the floor. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Okay, from here, we're going to come up to seated. We're going to do the roll up. So roll up is all about control, so I don't want you to move too fast. So we're going to sit up nice and tall with your knees bent. Arms are going to go out in front of you. So we're going to start off nice and gentle. Tummy is held in, so in 50-60%. We're going to come down about halfway and back up. Down again, halfway, back up. So nice breath out here and in to come back up. So we're bending through the back, tilting that pelvis. Then we're going to come down a little bit further each time. So a little bit further and back up tall and down, back up, back up. So start working your way down towards the mat. A little bit further each time, and do at least 3 where you're hovering off the floor. So come down, hover, back up, and again, hover, So you're not actually touching all the way to the floor. Last one here. And then on the next one, we come all the way down to the mat. All the way down. Arms go up over the head, take a breath in. And then out. We're peeling ourselves up off the mat, nice and smooth. And again, lower. Reach over the head, take a breath in and out. Now, if it's too difficult, just keep going halfway. So you can go here, back up. Otherwise, come all the way down. Take a breath in on the floor, and then use the breath to help you come up. As you come back up and gently back down, it's all about control. Think about the back muscles. Think about your tummy muscles. Breath in on the mat and out. So come up. We're going to go 2 more. And last one, let's keep it a little bit more controlled, maybe not as fast. So slow everything down. Breath in here and out. And we'll come back up. Okay, let's head down to the mat, but we're going to go super slow in that roll up, okay? So straighten out the legs, get your 2 arms out in front of you, and then we're going to slowly come down. Without falling down to the floor, we're going to keep it as controlled as we can. So keep breathing. A little bit of an earthquake in the tummy. And then we come all the way down and stretch ourselves out. So from here, we're going to do a variation of our shoulder bridge. So bend up your knees. Bend up your knees, and we'll start with regular shoulder bridge first. So your back is nice and level with the floor. So that means you haven't got your back pushed into the floor. We haven't got a big arch there either. We're going to push the mat back into the floor and then peel that spine up off the mat, one bone at a time, and then gently back down. And again, push the spine in, peel the back off the floor, and lower. So nice deep breaths. Breath in on the mat, out, come up. Breath in once your hips come up, and a breath out to lower. We're going to go 2 more like this, just to give the back a little rest, give yourself a little breather, and then we'll lift those hips up, and this time we're going to hold them here. We're going to lift one leg up to our tabletop position, so that's 90 degrees of the hip, 90 degrees of the knee, and then from this position, you're lowering your bum down to the floor and then pushing it back up. So down and push for 12. Then 11, 12. Let's keep those hips up. Drop the foot. Same on the other side. Other leg comes up to tabletop. Lower and lift for 12. Eleven, 12, and lower the foot and drop that spine back down to the floor. Okay, stretch out the arms, stretch out the legs. And when we're doing that move, you can always stick to regular shoulder bridge if you need to, and don't add the legs. Okay, let's go into a bit of low down abs. So this exercise, you're going to be working low abs below the belly button. These really hard to reach muscles in the abdominals. So start off. There are some modifications in this, so keep your eye out. So we're going to get the feet on the floor. You can place your hands here under the hips if you need to, if you feel the back is arching. We're going to lift our toes up, put the 2 heels into the mat, and then we're going to tap, make sure our back is pushed into the floor and scoop the tummy in. And we're tapping the 2 heels out and then tap them both back in. So we go for 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and back in. Okay, next level, we're going to go, I'll show you the top level first, and then I'll work my way down, okay? So 2 legs go straight up. You can place your hands under the hips again. We're going for low legs and lift for 12 with straight legs, making sure the back stays on the floor. Modifications, you can go with the bent knees, and you're tapping your 2 toes down and back up, down, back up. Or you can go 1 leg at a time in your scissors action, making sure your tummy is held in and those knees are bent. I'm going to go back to the full and lower, gently back up. Take your time. And 2 more. Last one. Try not to swing those legs. Last one. And back up. Okay, drop the legs back, the feet back down. And then the next set is we're up on the elbows. So lift yourself up onto your elbows. Okay, and it's the same again. So legs are going to go up, lower, and lift. Then your modifications, you can go with a bent knee, tap down, back up. Just make sure you're not doing this move where you're just moving through the knees. You are actually tapping down towards the end of the mat. You can go 1 leg at a time. Otherwise, you're going straight legs and lower and lift. Last 2. Last 1. And bring those legs back in. Okay, let's hug in the knees. Little rock from side to side. Stretch out the back. We're going to drop our 2 feet back down to the floor. And we're going to go back to shoulder bridge, okay? So feet nice and close to the bum. Back is nice and level with the mat. We're going to push that spine into the floor and peel the back up off the mat, 1 bone at a time, and then gently back down. So breath in on the floor and then out. Push your spine into the floor, peel it up, and then drop it back down. So nice deep breaths. And then, as I said before, if you want to stick to just the shoulder bridge, you can. Otherwise, we're going to go to the next little part where we lift the hips up off the floor. This time we're keeping the hips up. We're lifting 1 leg straight up towards the ceiling. And we're going to go for 12 kicks with this leg. So we're coming down and back up for 12. Otherwise, you can go back to shoulder bridge. Keep your hips up. Last 2. Last 1. And lower the foot back down. Okay, keep your hips up as you switch over the legs. This is a good one for the hip flexors. So the front of the hips, we're doing 12 again. Working through those hip flexors, plus your core muscles working to keep you up. Last 2. Last 1. And lower the foot. Drop your spine back down to the floor. We're going to hug in the knees, give it a little stretch there. Stretch out that back. And then our next one is the crunch. Okay, so drop your feet back down. Earlier we did the low abs. Now we're going to do the crunch to the center. We're going to work on that six pack. We're going to maintain it. Okay, so make sure your feet are flat on the floor with your knees up. Hands at the sides of the head. We're going to lift, pushing your back into the floor and lower. So breath out and in, out and in. So try not to grip onto your head too tight. We just got our hands at the sides of the ears here, just supporting the head. We don't need to pull forward. Last two. Last one, we're going to lift the head and shoulders up, hold it here. Two legs go up to tabletop, 1 and 2, and we're going to do our scissors. So we're going to tap one toe down, bring it back up, same the other side, and back up. So head and shoulders are up. We're pushing that back into the floor. If you're struggling with the neck and the head and shoulders, you drop the head and shoulders down and just do the legs. Otherwise, head and shoulders are up. We're pushing that back into the floor. Nice deep breaths, get the tummy held in. Last two, last one, and lower the legs back down. Drop the head and shoulders, and we'll go for another set. Okay, so we're going to lift, push the back into the floor, and lower. Breath out, and in. Let's keep that back pushed into the floor as we lift up. Last two. Last one. Let's lift the head and shoulders up. And as I said, you can leave the head and shoulders down if you want on this move. Two legs up to tabletop. This time we're going to do one leg stretch. You're stretching one leg out, bring it back in, out, and in. Keep breathing. Keep the tummy held in. Keep that back pushed into the floor so that it's nice and safe. One more each side. And then we'll hug those knees in. Drop the head and shoulders. A little bit of a rock from side to side. Just stretch it out. Okay, drop the 2 feet back down. So from here, we'll do another variation of our shoulder bridge. So feet are flat on the floor. You're going to straighten out one leg on the mat. And from this position, you're going to lift your bum up off the floor. So lift, and the leg comes up as well. Only as parallel as the other leg. That's only at the height it comes up to. So make sure you're not doing this move where your leg goes straight up. You're keeping it nice and low and back down. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 2. Last 1. And lower. Okay, bring one leg in, stretch the other one out. Same on this side for 12. Lift and lower. Last 2. Last 1. And lower. Let's stretch out the 2 legs now. Flex your feet, arms go up over the head, stretch everything out. Okay, last bit. So we did the low abs, we did the center. Now we're going to do the obliques, which is down the sides. So feet are flat on the floor. We're going to lift one leg up to tabletop position. Make sure your back's safe on the floor here. 2 hands at the sides. We're going to rotate elbow to opposite knee. Stretch your leg out, drop your head and shoulders. So crunch for 12. We're doing the same side each time. Make sure your shoulder blade's coming off the floor. Last two. Last one. Now we're going to go with the straight leg for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last two. Last one. And lower. Quick stretch of the neck because that could be quite tough on the neck there. So have a look over to one side. Back to the center. Over to the other side. And back to the center. Okay. Same on the other side. We're going to start off with our feet on the floor. One leg goes up to tabletop. 2 hands at the sides of the head. We're going to go elbow to opposite knee and stretch. So let's go for 12. Shoulder blades off the floor. Make sure you're not gripping onto the head too tight. Last two. Last one. Now we go with a straight leg. Up for 12. Last one. And lower. Okay, let's stretch everything out. Stretch out the legs, stretch out the arms. Up over your head. And release. Okay, let's bring those knees back into the body. And we're going to do a little rock. Nice circles here with the lower back on the mat. Just move your legs around, circling the lower back. So we're just going to do a little cool down, a little bit of a stretch. Switch directions with the legs. And lower the 2 feet back down. Okay, so get your feet together and your knees together. Arms are going to go out to the side. So we're going to keep those knees together as we drop them over to one side, back up and over to the other side, back up and over. Just keep moving. Nice little dynamic stretch, moving through the back, through the waist, stretching those out. Last one each side. And back up to the center. Let's cross one ankle over the other knee. Easy option is you can push your knee away, pull the ankle towards you, or if you want the bigger stretch through the hip, reach through the gap, get that foot off the floor, bring the leg in towards you there, head and shoulders down if you can, bring the leg in towards you. Make sure you take some nice deep breaths into your stretches. So that you can try and relax into those muscles just a little bit more. And release the leg. Same with the other side, ankle over the knee. Push the knee away, pull the ankle towards you for the easy option, or reach through the gap and get the foot off the floor. But more of a stretch through the hips. That's where you should be feeling it, your hips and your glutes. And slowly release. Okay, let's roll over onto our tummy. We're going to get our 2 hands here at the sides of the mat. And then we're going to lift ourselves up. So push in through the hands. Head is going to go up. You're lifting the chin right up. If you've got pinching in the back, move the hands further away. If you have more range, bring the hands nearer in towards your shoulders. See if you can lift up a little bit higher. It's not about the stretching through the back. It's about stretching through those abs. So make sure your chin is lifted. Take some breaths. And slowly lower. Up onto hands and knees. Let's push the spine up towards the ceiling so we get a nice stretch across that back, across the shoulder blades. Release it. Head goes up, bum sticks right out, head up. Breaths again. And release. Let's sit back on the heels, stretch through those arms, fingers forward. Back up onto hands and knees. We're going to tuck our toes under. Push the bum up towards the ceiling, and we're pedaling the heels. So push, push, push through the heels. And then I want you to walk your hands towards your feet, or you can walk your feet towards your hands. And we're going to roll it up. One bone at a time, coming up to standing, and then back down again, chin to chest. Reach down for your feet. And slowly back up. So back up, nice and tall. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling, and you're going to stretch and stretch down the side of the body. And then two arms are going to go up and lower. Take a breath in and out, in and out. Hopefully that covered everything for you. So lower abs, center abs, external obliques, bit of glutes. Last two. And last one. And lower. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon.